Following the 2020 census, a brand new congressional district seat now needs to be filled in North Carolina. The 14th district covers much of South and West Charlotte, as well as the eastern part of Gaston County. WCNC Charlotte's Jane Monreal talked to the candidates running for the 14th district about why they believe they deserve to win.
Democratic State Senator Jeff Jackson and Republican businessman Pat Harrigan, both veterans who served in Afghanistan, are hoping to represent southern Mecklenburg County and part of Gaston County in Washington. Harrigan says his reasons for going into politics stems from having a family.
My wife and I have two little girls, and we are very concerned about what kind of America they're going to get to grow up with and what kind of opportunity they're going to have in their lives.
You say on your website it was after the fall of Afghanistan that you felt you could not stand idly by. What does that mean?
Well, I wasn't ever involved in politics, and politics has never been a trajectory for me in my life. But I became very switched on when Afghanistan went downhill. I really could not reconcile how we had a chief executive in this country who could bookend his political career on one side with a disastrous withdrawal out of Vietnam, and then somehow 45 years later allow the exact same thing to happen when he's the commander-in-chief withdrawing out of Afghanistan.
A state legislator for 8 years, Jackson says work needs to be done at both the national and state levels, but started his campaign locally.
I said, I'm going to knock on 1,000 doors personally over summer. It was Republican, independent. It was just a wonderful education about what folks actually want and are talking about. Housing comes up a lot. Water and sewer comes up a lot. And so the idea is, independent of how people feel about national politics, also have a real local agenda.
What do you anticipate that's going to be different in Washington than from the state level?
That's a good question. I don't really know. I've spent 0 days in Congress in my life. I sense that the fastballs are just a lot faster at the federal legislature than in the state legislature. If we win, I'm going to try and be very conscious about entering and saying, okay, I'm going to get my bearings. We're going to slow things down for a few weeks, and we're just going to make sure that we are ready to ramp up.
They both talk about their stance on inflation as well as addressing other issues important to North Carolinians, including gun reform, abortion, and education. You can watch my interviews with the congressional candidates on Flashpoint this Sunday at 11 a.m. here on WCNC. In studio, Jane Monreal, WCNC Charlotte.